Good evening. I know, morning pala ngayon, no, guys. Okay, good morning, everyone. Kumusta po ang lahat? Ayan, so meron po tayong free live discussion for um, BTL and AFA Session 2. Okay, nasa session 2 na tayo mga ka-warriors. Okay, so nilinisan ko yung ating kasi blurred na, kumbaga. Ayan, di makita yung mukhang ni Ma'am Grace. Alright. Sino-sino po ba yung nandito na sa live? So, don't forget to, pa-share po ng ating live discussion ngayon. Our topic is all about AFA, Agriculture and Fishery Arts. Ayan. Ready na po ba? Shoutout sa mga viewers natin, no? Kumusta ang lahat? Alright. So, good afternoon kay Ma'am Lynn Pass. Shout out sa inyo, guys. Okay, so pa-share po ng ating live discussion, no? Hintay tayo ng iba. Okay, so let's begin talaga. Okay. Ayan. Yan lang ulit tayo nakapag-drills for TLE and TVT Ed Let Online Review. So, pa-share muna po, teachers. In a few minutes, we will start for our discussion. Paliwanag po, teachers. Let Online Review. So, pa-share muna po, teachers. In a few minutes, we will start. Nag-e-echo pa rin po ba? Okay, pag nag-e-echo, message niyo po ako, guys. Ayan. So, first, I will introduce to you the GRACE method learning strategies and technique, no? So, it is very important na malaman natin yung goal natin, yung study planning natin, no? So, that's letter G. Study or goal-oriented study planning. So, that's letter G. R naman, it is talks about review and recall. So, it is monitoring, no? And then A, analyze and apply critical thinking. C, consistency and discipline. It is a preparation. And letter E, evaluate and correct reflection. So, that's the GRACE method learning strategies natin. So, let's proceed. Okay? Let's proceed for this question. Which type of animal housing system allows animal room freely with a pens area and is most suitable for ruminant race for meat production? Which type of animal housing system allow animals to roam freely within a fenced area is most suitable for ruminant race for meat production? A. Confinement housing. B. Free-range pasture system. C. Feedlot system. Or letter D. Isolated floor housing. So, based on the point of the question, what is the correct answer, teacher? Is it A, B, C, or D? So, elimination ulit. Ang technique na gagawin natin is elimination method, no? So, unang tatanggalin natin is slatted floor housing. So, pag sinabi natin, teacher, na is slatted floor housing, it is enclosed housing. Ano nga po ulit? Slatted housing, it is enclosed housing with slat for a waste management na ginagamit mostly for the swine and poultry. So, kadalasan ginagamit ito sa pagbababoyan at pagmamanukan. Okay? So, mali po siya. Okay? Next na tatanggalin natin, confinement housing. So, sa letter A, is that wrong? Because it is the a types of animal that are kept fully enclosed in pens or stalls. Okay, so it is restrict movement commonly used for swine and dairy naman. So what is the correct answer here? Okay, so what is the question here? Diba? Roam freely within a pens area and is most suitable for ruminant race for meat production. So teachers, the answer here is letter B. So, based on the point of the question kasi, diba, sabi, pens and most suitable for ruminant race for meat production. So, it is the free-range and pasture system. So, si letter C kasi, feedlot system, it is wrong. Okay, because it is the animals are confined and fed the high concentrated feds for fattening and quickly it is no grazing allowed na tinatawag natin. So the answer here is letter B. Ulitin natin. Bakit tama sagot sa letter B? So ang animal graze po, it is moved within a defined areas. So it is ideal for cattle, for goat and sheep, raised for meat. Okay po, kaya tamang sagot is letter B. Okay, kasi ruminant race ang ina natin. Ito ay para sa mga goat, para sa mga cattle na tinatawag natin. Kailangan ano siya, pre-age. Okay, so Ma'am Rochelle Ann Ortega, yes po, nakalive po tayo sa ating Facebook page. Next, in swine production, what is the ideal temperature range for newly born piglets to prevent chilling and mortality? In swine production, what is the ideal temperature range for newly born piglets to prevent chilling and mortality? A. 50 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius. B. 22 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. C. 30 degrees Celsius to 34 degrees Celsius. Or letter D. 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. So what is the correct answer here? Is it alpha, beta, Charlie, or delta? So ano po ang sagot? Newly born piglets daw ang hinahanap natin dito. So anong suitable para sa kanya, mga ka-warriors? Okay, so what is the correct answer here? Okay, so ano pang tama sagot? Ayan. So tingnan natin from the Zoom, no? Ay, Zoom. Facebook page, yung live. Tingnan natin kung sino mga nanonood. Okay. So, teachers, kindly share our discussion, no? Ano pang tama sagot dito? Patap-tap po ng mga kaibigan, kamag-anak, kaklase ninyo. We have pre-let discussion for TLE, BTLED, AFA, session 2 na po tayo, no? Dito sa pre-discussion natin. So, ang tanong is ideal for newly born piglets. Okay, unang tatanggalin natin si 15 to 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, it is too cold, teachers. Masyado po malamig yan. Ayan, sumagot si Bebo. Okay, so 15 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius, it is too cold and it is cause chilling to reduce suckling and high death rate po ang mangyayari niyan. Hindi po pwede sa mga bagong piglets. Okay, newborn piglets, mali. Okay, so next na tatanggalin natin, teachers, is letter D. 35 to 40 degrees Celsius, it is excessively high. Mataas naman po to. So, it leads to overheating and dehydration. So, magkakaroon po ng suffocation yung mga newly born piglets. Mali po si letter D. So, we have two choices na lang. Either si B or si letter C. So, ang suitable po dito is aabot po dapat na 30 to 34 degrees Celsius. Para po yan sa newly born piglets. Okay. So, si letter B po kasi, mali po yan, si 20 degree to 25 degrees. Okay. Letter B is wrong because it is suitable for growing pigs but it is not for a newborn. Okay. So, 30 to 34 degrees Celsius po, piglets kailangan po ng lack of body fat and hair. So, they need a warm range to maintain body heat. So, the answer is letter B, ay letter C. Maliwanag po, C is the correct answer. Next one. Which term refers to apply that are raised primarily for the ability to convert low quality rough hedge into high quality meat and milk? A. Monogastric animals. B. Ruminant animals. C. Poultry species. Or letter D. Aquatic livestock. Okay? Which term refers to the animal that are raised primarily for their ability to convert low quality roughage into high quality meat and milk. So anong tawag doon? A. Monogastric animals. B. Ruminant animals. C. Poultry species. Or letter D. Aquatic livestock. So what is the correct answer here, teacher? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ano pa ang tamang sagot? Is it A ba? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pa-share po ng ating live discussion mga ka-warriors. Okay, pa-share po ng ating live discussion, no? Ayan. Replyan ko muna itong mga nagko-comment. Okay, so ano po yan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ayan, the answer is letter B. Is it ruminant po yan? Okay, so hindi po pwedeng si letter A. Monogastric animal, teacher, it has have one chambered stomach. Meron lang po yan na one chambered stomach. So need po nila ng high quality fed. So one of the example ng monogastric animals, ito po ay mga pigs and chicken. Okay, so yun po yung tinatawag nating monogastric animals kadalasan. Okay po. So next na tatanggalin natin aquatic livestock kasi alam niyo naman pag sinabing aquatic, they will live in the waters. So it feed on aquatic plants or feed not a roughage na tinatawag natin. Kaya mali po si letter D. So the answer here is letter B, poultry species. Is it wrong? Bakit? Ang poultry species po, teacher, the birds with a simple digestive system cannot digest yung roughage well po, teachers. Kaya mali po si letter C. Okay? Mali si letter C, si poultry species animals. Okay? So, ruminant animals, it is the correct answer because ang ruminant po, they have 4 compartment stomach. Okay? Ano yung 4 compartment stomach na to? That digest grass and roughage efficiently. So, one of the example po dito sa ruminant is yung mga goat o kambing at mga ano pa, cattle. Yung mga cattle. Aside of cattle, ano pa na kumakain ng damo? Carabao o cow. That's the ruminant animals. So, letter B is the correct answer based on the point of the question. Okay po. So, next. Which type of fishing involve catching fish that swim near on or at the surface of the water using net that hang vertically from the floats? Again, which type of fishing involve catching fish that swim near or at the surface of the water using net that hang vertically from floats? A. Bottom trolling. B. Gill netting. C. Porcelaning. Or letter D. Trolling. So what is the correct answer here, teacher? Is it A, B, C, or D? Is it bottom ba? So what is the correct answer here? Is it bottom ba, teachers? Bottom trolling, no? So, vertical. Kung makikita ninyo, vertical from the floats, no? So, unang tanggalin natin si trolling. Si trolling, teacher, it is moving bite lines through what? Through a water to catch pelagic predator. So, that's the trolling. So, pag sinabi naman natin bottom trolling, yung net niya nakadrag along the seabed. Okay, nakadrag po yan along the seabed for a bottom dwelling species. Okay, so kaya mali po si letter A. So we have 2 choices, either gill netting or si porcelaning. So is that B or C? Okay, so the answer here is automatic letter C. Kasi naka-vertical hang po saan? Sa float. Okay, so di ba ang tanong, that swim near at the surface of the water using net that hang vertically on the float. So letter C is the correct answer. Letter B, mali po yan, gill netting, because the net set vertically naman, but the fish get entangled by a gills. Okay, so nag-entangled by a gills, kumbaga na ano yung gills ng mga isda. So it is used at the various depth. Ginagamit po kasi ito sa mga pangmalaliman na. So letter C is the correct answer. Okay, C is the correct answer because it is a large net and circle surface school for fish then drawn close like a porcy. So, naka-vertical din po to si porcy seining. Okay po. So, kumbaga ito yung panghuli ng isda. O sa katulad ng mga sardinas, ang skullfish, ito yung mga sardinas, di ba? Sabay-sabay silang lumalangoy. Letter C is the correct answer. Maliwanag? So, C is the correct answer. Okay, next. Okay. What is the distinguishing features of the demersal fish compared to pelagic fish? Okay? What is the distinguishing features of the demersal fish compared to pelagic fish? Face tuloy fish. Ayan, nabubulol na naman ako. Okay, so A, they live and feed near the bottom of the seas like lakes or river. B, they migrate long distance across open ocean. C, they have streamlined bodies for fast swimming. D, they are always smaller in size than pelagic species. Okay, so what is the correct answer? I will repeat the question, no? What is the distinguishing features of the demersal fish compared to pelagic fish? A, they live and feed near the bottom of the seas like or the rivers. B, kaya they migrate long distance across the open ocean. At C, kaya they have a streamlined bodies for the fast swimming. Or letter D, they are always smaller in the size than pelagic species. So what is the correct answer? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, so here, ang tinatanong kasi distinguishing feature of their missile fish compared to pelagic fish. 'Di ba? So, now tanggalin natin si letter D. Mali po yan si letter D. Because many demersal fish grow in very large area. Kaya mali po si letter D. Letter B, mali because letter B is wrong answer because they will be described pelagic fish like tuna. Katulad ng mga tuna. So, mali din po to. The answer is letter A. C is wrong because letter C, it is typically of pelagic species naman that they are swimming streamline bodies for the fast swimming, di ba? So, the answer here is letter C. Siya po yung pinupunto ng tanong. Okay. So, ito po si letter A, they live and feed near the bottom of the seas like or river. So one of the example po nito dito sa letter A, ito po yung mga lapu-lapu. Ito po yung mga prawns and catfish. So that's why A is the correct answer. Next, which fishing method use a large net towed by one or two boats along the sea or lake floor to catch shrimp, crabs, and bottom-dwelling fish? Which fishing method uses a large net towed by one or two boats along the sea or lake floor to catch shrimp, crabs, and bottom-dwelling fish? A, drift net fishing. B, troll fishing. C, fish, coral, or baklad. D, pole and line fishing. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? So ano pang tamang sagot? Ang tinatanong, di ba, fishing method na gumagamit ng large net towed by or two boats along the sea or lake floor to catch shrimp, crab, and bottom dwelling. So, anong tawag doon? Ito ba ay si letter A, B, C, or D? So, unang tanggalin natin si delta, no? Pole and line fishing. Mali po kasi ginagamit po ito, they will use as a hand line to bite. So, wala pong net na involved dito sa pole and line fishing. Okay, so meron tayong, kumbaga meron lang po siyang hand line to bite the fish. Okay, so letter Letter A is wrong. Drift net and fishing, it is wrong because it is the floating net. Okay, so ito po si alpha, it is a floating net, drift with a current, so it is not drag along the bottom. So kaya, mali si letter A. So we have two choices. Ito ba si letter B or letter C? Okay, troll fishing and fish coral backlad. So ang sagot dito is letter A and letter C is wrong. Okay, mali po si fish coral, no? Or backlad because it is the fixed stationary structure. So it does not involve dragging. Kaya mali po si letter C. So letter B is the correct answer. Troll fishing based on the point of the question na meron siyang dalawang boat along the sea or the lake, no? So trolling fish, nets are towed behind a vessel along the seabed or amid water. Yun po ang ibig sabihin ni troll fish. Okay po. So next, which species is classified as a freshwater fish and is widely cultured in pond in the Philippines? Which fish species is classified as a freshwater fish and is widely cultured in pond in the Philippines? A. Tuna, B. Bangus or milkfish, C. Tilapia, or letter D. Galunggong. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Unang tanggalin natin is si tuna. Hindi po siya freshwater kasi si tuna, it is a marine pelagic fish. So it is not a cultured in a freshwater pond. Kaya mali po si letter A. Ang bangus naman or milkfish, it is Orihaline, most cultured in a brackish water. Kaya mali po si letter B. The answer is tilapia. GG is wrong. Itong galunggong, mali po yan ha, teacher, kasi marine fish din po ito. It caught, hinuhuli ito in the open seas, hindi rin po siya cultured. So, dito po is tilapia. Okay, tilapia is the correct answer because they thrives and it is widely farmed in a fresh ponds, lakes, and tanks. Pwede nating alagaan sa mga tanks and syempre sa ponds. Okay, so C is the correct answer. Next, which type of fish is capable of living in water with a wide ranges of salinity? Which type of fish is capable of living in water with wide range of salinity? A. Catadromous fish, B. Anadromous fish, C. Earhaline fish, or letter D. Stenohaline fish. So what is the correct answer here? Ito ba si Earhaline fish, Catadromous, or Anadromous? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So, tanggalin natin si letter D, Stenohaline fish. Mali po yan because they will be survive only in narrow salinity ranges. Kamali po yan. Catadromous naman, it is live in a saltwater breed in a freshwater. So, one of the example po sa Catadromous is eel. Okay, eel. So, Catadromous, kumbaga, they live in a saltwater at pag mag-breed siya, pupunta siya sa freshwater. Kumbaga, nagma-migrate siya sa freshwater. Nabubuhay siya sa saltwater, tapos pag mag-breed, nasa freshwater na siya. So, that's the Catadromous. One of the example yung mga eels. Okay, letter B is wrong, Anadromous. Ang Anadromous, ito yung mga uri ng isda na nabubuhay saan? Sa fresh water. Pero pag magbe-breed, sa salt water. So, one of the example nito, yung mga salmon. Okay, nabubuhay ang salmon saan? Sa fresh water. Pero pag magbe-breed, nasa salt water po siya. So, the answer is letter C. Okay. Letter C is the correct answer because they will be tolerated as a wild salt like yung mga bangus and tilapia. Di ba? So, ito po yan, yung bangus, tsaka yung mga tilapia, ito ang tawag sa kanya. Okay, so C is the correct answer. Next, what branch of horticulture deals specifically with the cultivation, production and the management of fruit-bearing trees? A. Floriculture, B. Pomology, C. Olericulture, or letter D. Landscape horticultural. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? So ano ba ang tinatanong? Oh, they will manage what? Fruits and bearing trees, di ba? So ang sagot po dito, teachers, is letter B, pomology. Pag floriculture kasi, ang sinagot nyo dito, it is the cultivation of ornamental and flowering plants from the word flori, floral, o flowering plants. So that's floriculture. Letter D, landscape horticulture, no? It is design and maintenance of the outdoor spaces. Okay? Olericulture, is it wrong because it is the production of vegetable. So the answer is pomology. So pag sinabing pomology, it is the science and practice of growing fruits and crops. So B is the correct answer. C is vegetables. Production of vegetables po yan. Ito flowers, sa letter A. So, pag fruits and bearing trees, pomology po ang tamang sagot dyan. The answer is bebe ko. Next, which sexual propagation method involves placing seed in the moist, cool condition for a period to break dormancy and encourage uniform germination? A. Scarification, B. Stratification, C. Prinking out, or letter D. Hardening. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ano pang tama sagot? Alpha, beta, Charlie, or delta? Okay, so what is the answer mga ka-warriors? Ito ba ay alpha? Ito ba ay delta? Or what? So what is the answer? Okay? Stratification ba? Pag-usapan natin yan. Is it A kaya, mga ka-warriors? Okay. So, dito, teachers, unang tanggalin natin si hardening. Kasi pag sinabi natin, teacher, na hardening, it is gradually exposing seedlings to an outdoor condition. Kamali po yan. Scarification naman, hindi rin po siya yung pinupunto ng tanong kasi they will breaking hard seed coat to allow water entry. So we have two choices, B and C. The answer is, ang tawag po dyan is stratification. Kasi ang tanong, sexual propagation method that involves placing seed in moist and cool condition for a period to break dormancy and encourage uniform germination, is stratification po ang sagot dyan. Kasi itong breaking out, mali po yan because they will breaking out. It is the transplanting of seedlings to a wider space. Okay, yun yung ibig sabihin niya. Kaya the answer is letter B, stratification. Ang stratification, mga ka-warriors, ito po yung mga cold moist treatment to overcome a physiological dormancy ng mga seed sa sexual propagation. Kaya tama sagot is bebe ko. Next, which soil component has the highest capacity to retain water and nutrients but drain very slowly? A. Sandy soil, B. Loam soil, C. Clay soil, or letter D. Slate soil. Okay, so what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, kung gusto po nyong balikan ang mga pre-live discussion natin sa TLE, Majorship sa Prop Ed and General Education, just search in YouTube channel Maestra Bicolana TL Itambayan Late Online Review. So, pwede nyo pong balikan yan, yung mga video na to sa aking YouTube channel. Except po dun sa live sa YouTube na naka-membership po yon. So, itong mga discussion, kung gusto nyong balikan, okay, di kayo naka-attend sa ating free live, pupunta lang po kayo sa aking YouTube channel. So, don't forget po na paki-subscribe, paki-like, and share po yung nasa YouTube channel natin. Okay? So, ayan teachers, sinong sumagot? Sure kayo? Ang teacher, ang tinatanong kasi, sure na kayo dito, loam soil. Which soil component has the highest capacity to retain water and nutrients, but, teacher, merong but, drains very slowly. Drains very slowly. Oh, ayan na, di nyo nakita si bat. Okay. So, dito, teacher, unang tatanggalin natin si silt soil. Ayan, palobat na ata yung laptop ko kasi ano na siya. Okay? So, unang tatanggalin natin si silt soil. Ano ba ang silt soil, mga ka-warriors? Ito po yung mga properties between sand and clay. O, ano nga po ulit si silt soil? It is the properties between sand o pinagsamang sand and clay. Okay? Yun yung tinatawag nating silt soil. Okay? Ulitin natin. It is the properties between sand and clay. So, it is moderate retention. Kaligwak. Sandy soil, it is wrong. Mali po si letter A. Because magde-drain po yan ng mabilisan. O tingnan nyo naman yung buhangin sa dagat, di ba? Mabilis ma-drain yung tubig, mabilis mawala. Di ba? So, sandy soil, they will drain fast. So, low water and nutrients retention po ito. Low. So, dalawa lang naman pagpipilian nyo dito. Either C, B, or si letter C. Teacher, merong but kayong nababasa dyan. Drain very slowly. The answer is clay soil. Hindi po si letter B. Ang loam soil po, they have a balanced drainage. Meron po siyang balanced drainage. Ang tinatanong ng question, meron siyang ang drain niya is napakabagal. 'Di ba? Mabagal kasi sabi niya drain very slowly. So ang loam soil po, it is a balanced drainage and retention. So it is ideal for most crop na ginagamit natin. Okay, so ang sagot is letter A. Ang clay po, meron po siyang fine particles to hold the water and nutrients tightly. But, yung drain po niya is poorly po, mabagal. Kaya tamang sagot is letter A. Siya yung pinupunto. Ugaliin pong basahin kung ano yung nasa dulo. Okay po. So, C is the correct answer. Now, which practice is classified as a sexual vegetative propagation? Which practice is classified as a sexual vegetative propagation? A. Sowing seed and seed bed, grafting and marketing. C. Growing plant from spore. D. Using hybrid seed. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ano pa ang tamang sagot dito? Ito ba ay A, B, C, or D? Okay, unang tatanggalin natin mga ka-warriors si using hybrid seed. Ang tinatanong asexual, 'di ba? Asexual propagation. Using hybrid seed, it is wrong because it is asexual propagation. Sexual propagation pa rin po 'yan, but we improve a varieties. Okay, inimprove lang natin yung varieties dito, kaya mali. So, sowing seed in a seed bed, it is wrong kasi it is asexual propagation. Gumagamit tayo ng mga fertilized seed. Hindi rin po siya asexual vegetative propagation. Anong sagot? The answer is grafting and marketing. Letter C is wrong because it is the reproduction in ferns, yung mga mosses. So, it is not a vegetative. So, ang grafting and marketing, it is a type of asexual and vegetative propagation. Gumagamit tayo ng mga plant part to produce clone. So, wala pong seed na involved dito. Kaya sagot is BB ko. Next, in a broiler production, what is the main purpose of providing broiler facilities? A. To store feed and equipment. B. To protect and provide heat for day-old chick. C. To isolate sick bird. Or letter D. Prepare birds for market. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? So, ano pa ang tamang sagot, mga ka-warriors? Shout out sa mga TLE warriors dyan. Ayan, kindly tap yung friends ninyo na magte-take niyong September 2026 board examination. So, pa-share po ng ating live discussion, no? So, ano po ang sagot dito? Is it B, C, or D? Ayan, unang tanggalin si Alpha. Sabi ni Alpha to store feed and equipment. O, itong to store feed and equipment, this is the function of storage areas. So, hindi po siya punto ng tanong. Kasi anong tanong? What is the main purpose of providing broader facilities? Bakit may broader facilities tayo? Diba? D is wrong. To prepare birds for market. So, kumbaga, it is talks about finishing or holding areas are used for this. Diba? Okay, kaya mali po si letter D. So, dalawa lang ang pagpipilian natin. To isolate sick bird or to protect and provide heat for day-old chick. So, bakit may brooder tayo sa manukan? Kasi hindi lang po kailangan, ang brooder, hindi lang po yan to isolate the sick bird. So, letter B is the correct answer. C is wrong because it is done in quarantine or isolation unit. So, B is the correct answer kasi sabi ni letter B to protect and provide heat for day-old chick. So, chicks cannot regulate body temperature. So, B is the correct answer. Next one, which disease in poultry is caused by a virus and it is considered a high contagious requiring immediate cooling of the entire flock. Okay, ang tinatanong is the immediate cooling of the entire flock. A. Newcastle disease, B. Coccidiosis, C. Pole cholera, or letter D. Polorum disease. So what is the correct answer here? So entire flock ang pinag-uusapan natin. So ito tanggalin natin si letter C, Pole cholera. So si Pole cholera hindi po siya isang uri ng virus, isang uri po ito ng bakterya. Okay, isang uri po yan ng bakterya. So, they will controlled with antibiotic and sanitation. Okay? So, yun yung ano ni letter C. So, letter B, mali. Si coccidiosis is that wrong because it is caused by protozoan disease. Okay? Ano nga po ulit si letter B? Cause po yan ng protozoan disease. Okay? Protozoan disease po yan. Okay po. So, kumbaga, they treated with medication. Natitreat naman siya for medication. So, we have two choices. Since ang pinag-aano is immediate cooling of the entire plaque, the answer is letter A. It is a type of virus. So, letter D is wrong. Mali po yan sa letter D kasi same po yan ni letter C, bacterial. Okay, bacteria po ang cause nito. They will manage through testing and breeding control. So, letter A, Newcastle disease, it is a viral infection. They will spread rapidly and cooling standard control. So, yun po ang dyan, sagot, alpha. Next, which fishing gear is classified a passive fishing method because it remains stationary and fish swim into or get entangled in it? A. Troll net, B. Porcelain, C. Fish trap or backlad, or letter D. Round hole net. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Backlad ba? What is the correct answer here? Which fishing gear is classified as passive fishing method because it remains stationary and fish swim into or get entangled in it? So, A ba, troll net, B, porcelain po, C is fish trap or backlad, or letter D, is it a round hole net? So, what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? So, here, ang sagot po dito, mga ka-warriors, walang iba po, is letter, alright, the answer is letter C, fish trap or backlad. Okay, letter A kasi, troll net, it is the activity toad active fishing method. Porcelain naman, it is actively encircle school active method din po ito kasi ito yung panghuli na ginagamit natin sa mga school fish katulad ng mga sardinas. So, round hole net, it is actively operated to surround fish. So, bakit fish trap and backlad ang tamang sagot? Because they will fix the structure, the fish enter voluntarily. Okay, so yun po yung tamang sagot. Letter C. Next, which species is classified as an exotic introduced fish Philippine aquaculture? Which species is classified as an exotic? Introduced fish in the Philippines aquaculture. A. Mudfish or dalag. B. Common carp. C. Mullet or banak. Or letter D. Eel or igat. So what is the correct answer here? Oh, anong sagot? Dalag ba? So anong sagot, teachers? Which species is classified as an exotic? Introduced fish in the Philippines aquaculture. Introduced in fish in Philippine aquaculture. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six. Hala. Inintroduce lang po siya sa Pilipinas, especially in aquaculture. Teacher, eel or igat, it is the native Catadromous species here in the Philippines. Native yan. Hindi po yan inintroduce dito sa Pilipinas. Okay, mudfish, it is native. Native fish in fresh water. Okay po, si dalag. Sa Pilipinas po to nabuhay. Banak, it is a native to local waters, di ba? So, banak, ang English niyan is Malay. Silent T, Malay. Okay. Common carp po ang inintroduce in the Philippines. Kasi ang common carp, they will introduce from Asia and Europe. Hindi po siya native. Ang common carp, teacher, hindi po yan native. Hindi yan galing sa atin. Inintroduce po ang common carp saan? Inintroduce po siya ng Asia and Europe. Hindi po siya native. Okay, B is the correct answer. Next. Which horticultural practice involved removing excess shoots, branches, or flower buds to improve the quality and size of remaining produce? Which horticultural practice involved removing excess shoots, branch, or flower buds to improve the quality and size of remaining produce? A. Pruning. B. Thinning. C. Training. D. Weeding. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ano po ang tamang sagot? Ito po ba ay si letter A, si letter B, si letter D? Okay, weeding. Removing unwanted plants. Yun yung ibig sabihin ni letter D. So, pag sinabi naman natin, teacher, na pruning, ang ibig sabihin po niyan is removal of dead, disease, or unwanted parts for a plant. Okay, para ma-shape natin yung health niya. So, we have two choices, thinning or training. So, the answer is letter A, ay letter B, training is wrong. Okay, training, it is guiding plants growth to desired form of or support. So, the answer is letter B. Ang tinatanong, di ba, removing excess. Thinning, they will reduce yung connection, thinning, it is reduces the competition. So, the remaining fruits and buds, they will grow larger. Kaya yun yung ginagawa natin. Kasi ang tinatanong, di ba, practice that involve removing excess, shoots, branch, or flowering buds to improve the quality and size of remaining produce. So, yun yung natin, kasi di ba yung sunlight. So, pag mga malalaki yung canopy ng ng mga puno natin. So, yung mga mabababang tinanim natin, hindi siya na lalagyan, kumbaga hindi sila nakakasagit masyado ng sunlight. Ang purpose is tinatanggal nila yung mga excess. Okay? Kasi nagkakaroon sila ng competition sa sunlight. Okay? Yung iba, hindi mamumunga ng maayos. So, B is the correct answer po. It's not pruning. Okay? B is the correct answer because they will reduces yung competition sa sunlight, no? And then, so they have remaining fruit buds grow larger. Yung mga fruit buds niya mas lalaki ng maayos. Okay? So next, what is the ideal soil pH range for most common vegetable in the field crop? So, ano daw ang ideal soil pH range para sa mga vegetable and field crops? A, 4 to 5.0, B, 5.5 to 7.0, C, 7.5 to 8.55, or letter D, 8.0 to 9.0. So, ano po ang tamang sagot dito? Yung common, ideal range for the most common vegetable and field crops. So, here, the answer here is Bebeko. Letter A is wrong po, teacher. Mali po si letter A. Bakit po, Ma'am Grace, mali si letter A? Si 4 to 5.0 po, it is strongly acidic. They will limit yung nutrients availability niya. Diba? So, letter D naman, 8.0 to 9.0, mataas po ang alkaline level niya. So, it is unsuitable for most of the crops. Kaya mali. So, same with letter C, slightly alkaline but it lacks up the nutrients like yung mga iron, yung mga zinc, kaya mali po. So ang standard or common for soil pH range, especially for the vegetable and field crops, is 5.5 to 7.0. So slightly acidic po ito to the neutral. So yung nutrients po are most available. Kaya B is the correct answer. Next, second to the last question. In aquaculture, what does monoculture mean? In aquaculture daw, ano ang ibig sabihin ng monoculture? A, cultivating 2 or more species together in one area. B, growing only one single species of fish or aquatic organism in a pond or tank. C, rotating fish culture with a crop farming. And D, raising fish together with a livestock. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? So the answer here is letter B, no? Ang haba-haba po kasi, ma'am. Kung iintindihin natin sa letter A, cultivating 2 or more species together in one area, they will describe a polyculture. O nagde-describe po ito saan? Polyculture. Okay, hindi po yan monoculture. Okay? Letter C, mali, rotating fish, no? Ang sinasabi, rotating fish culture with farming. They will describe the integrated farming. So, kumbaga integrated farming to. So, letter D is wrong. Kasi raising fish together with a livestock, it is integrated aquaculture livestock system. So, B is the correct answer. Okay, growing only on a one single species of a fish or aquatic organism in pond tank. So it is correct because they will be simplify the management and feeding process. So the answer is B. So last question. Which nutrients element is most essential for proper root development, flower formation, and fruit maturation and plants? A, nitrogen. B, phosphorus. C, potassium. D, calcium. So what is the correct answer? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ano pang sagot? Alpha ba, beta ba, Charlie ba, or si letter C, calcium? So what is the correct answer here? All right, A, B, C, or D? Okay, so anong sagot? Anong sagot mga ka-warriors? Ang tanong, which nutrient element is most essential for proper root development, for formation, and fruit maturation in plant? So, anong sagot? The answer is letter. O, anong sagot mga ka-warrior? Bebe ko, phosphorus po ang nawawala dyan. Kasi si N, si nitrogen, they will promote leafy vegetative growth. So, si potassium naman, it is improve the disease resistance, yung fruit quality niya, and the stem strength. Calcium, they will build cells wall and they will prevent disorder like blossom end rot. So potassium is the correct answer, no? It is a critical for roots, for flowers, and seed and fruit. So the answer is phosphorus. So I hope teachers Marami po kayong natutunan dito sa discussion natin, free live discussion in Maestra Bicolana TLE Tambayan for BTL Ed AFA New Curriculum Session 2. So tomorrow, our free live discussion naman po is home economics po ang pag-uusapan natin. Okay po. So don't forget to follow, like, and share Maestra Bicolana TLE Tambayan because some of my video, I'm giving some tips on how to guide you to pass the board examination. And if you want to rewatch our discussion right now, go to my YouTube channel, same with the name of our Facebook page, Maestra Bicolana TLE Tambayan. If you want to watch yung mga nasa live discussion namin, magpa-member na po kayo sa YT channel. And then if you want to sa exclusive review and Zoom with yung mga discussion like pre-board, mock board na ibinibigay na sa kanila, message na po kayo sa akin. So that's all, teachers. Thank you so much. Maraming salamat po sa pagtangkilik sa Maestra Bicolana TLE Tambayan. Once again, TLE Warriors, laban lang. Tiwala sa sarili. Okay, if kaya yang ipasa ang majorship natin, mapa Prof Ed, mapa Gen Ed man yan, majorship, lahat yan patutumbahin natin sa araw ng board examination. Lamang ang mas maraming napag-aralan. Okay, kaya ngayon pa lang, umpisahan na, wag nang tamarin. Bawal tamad-tamarin para makuha, hindi lang mag-top, makapasa ay hindi lang makapasa sa board, magtatap pa kayo sa board examination. So that's all, teachers. Maraming salamat po. Ako po ay magpapaalam na. Bye-bye! Okay, thank you po, Ma'am Leonardo. Salamat, Sir Leonardo, Ma'am Nicole Castillo, no? Salamat po sa pagsubaybay. Maraming salamat po.